Hello everyone and welcome to another installment of Slammin Synapses. My name is Albert Guerrier. If you're viewing me through YouTube, subscribe button here, click on that. Keep it to date with the latest ongoings. If you want to drop me a comment, there's one in the box, but you can do so in the box below. If you're viewing me through phone or otherwise, there's ways of doing that there, so take advantage of it. This segment's going to be submitted for possible inclusion to PW Insider family websites. That's pwinsider.com, pwinsiderelite.com, and pwinsiderextra.com. You can also follow them on Twitter at pwinsider.com or on Facebook at pwinsider. The Elite site is a great site to go to. Lots of great audio, lots of great video, lots of great interviews to be had there. Recently, there was an interview on there with Ernest Miller. By all means, check him out. This segment is also not officially sponsored by barbershopwindow.com. If you follow the PW Insider Elite site with their audio, you know what I'm talking about. If not, go check them out. But Barbershop Window puts out a lot of t-shirts that pay homage to days of wrestling past. So by all means, check them out. Like I said, barbershopwindow.com. So here we go. This segment was going to be done, well, this segment was done last week, but the battery on my phone went out at the wrong possible time, and I wasn't able to get back to recording a secondary segment, so I apologize for lack of a segment last week as promised. So without further ado, here we go. What are we going to be talking about? King of the Death Match, FMW. It is available through the PW Insider Superstore. So by all means, go check that store out. They work their way through Amazon. So if you are a follower of the PW Insider family, buy something from their site. You go to support them. Very well worth it. But King of the Death Match, one of the matches on that card was a matchup between Combat Toyota and Megumi Kudo. Now, two women who really fought very hard and put in one hell of a show. It was not often that you see women battle under death match rules, because they pretty much used quite a bit of plunder. But yeah, the only person I've ever seen stateside to do a great death match would be Mickey Knuckles. But it's like the story between these two women, it was, I mean, you could feel it. There was the intensity that was there. I mean, it's like usually what you've gotten used to now, you don't really see women battle that much. And we'll go into that a little bit later. But you don't really see women really wrestle the way that it has been taken to an art form. Like companies like Shimmer and All Japan, things of that nature. But yeah, these women fought tooth and nail, and they've had a very awesome match. I mean, I don't think words could really properly explain it, but go get the video, watch it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Muscatine, Iowa, NWA No Limits Wrestling, back when they still promoted, main event of their card was a matchup between Mischief and the Amazing Kong, where fall is pretty much counted anywhere and anything could be used. Now, my wife was watching the show with me, and she was so used to watching the fluff that's on WWE television that when she saw what was going on during this match, she really didn't know what to expect, because she was so used to watching two people in bikinis like throw down and not really do anything. But these two women, as with the other match that I mentioned, fought tooth and nail, and they really put their bodies on the line and really put on one hell of a show. It's like, to me, it's the best women's match I've ever seen live so far to date. And that match will always bring back memories for me. I wish the Federation was still promoting. I wish they were still around. Hopefully one day they come back, but it was definitely entertainment. It was definitely pro wrestling. It was definitely just the competition. WWE nowadays, it's like you see women wrestling and it's like they're just put out there as a secondary thought. I mean, there are times that they get behind them a little bit, but it's like basically they're just that one extra show, that one obligatory match on the show or pay-per-view or what have you. But it's like you don't see them wrestle to the caliber that the people that I mentioned before have. Sarah Del Rey, formerly with Shimmer, has signed up with WWE. Now I'm kind of curious to see what if any, she's going to be allowed to do in terms of wrestling in WWE. I mean, they take you and they strip you down to basics, and they make you wrestle their style when you know you could wrestle much better. You look at most of the people that they have in developmental, people like Chris Hero, Antonio, no, not Antonio, Claudio Castagnolo. You see Tyler Black. You see Dean Ambrose. You see quite a few people that have the potential, but they're not allowed to utilize it fully because they have to mold themselves to that WWE image. Kind of, like I said, I am kind of curious to see where Sarah Del Rey will fit into being molded into the WWE image. So it's just going to be interesting. And this brings me to the latest entry in my Hall of Fame, and that would be Medusa. Medusa Michelli, former AWA Heavyweight Women's Champion, former WWE Women's Champion as Alundra Blaze. I mean, she pretty much put women's wrestling on the map with regards to wrestling here in the States as well as wrestling abroad. I mean, anytime that I would see a Medusa match, I knew it was going to be good. I knew she was going to put in one hell of an effort, and I knew that at the end of the match, I was going to see two women do their best as opposed to fluffiness. So yeah, it's because of what she's contributed to the sport, what she's contributed to women's wrestling, what she's contributed to things as a whole. That's why she definitely deserves a space in my Hall of Fame. So that's going to be it for this week. Should possibly have another segment later in the week. If not, then sometime next week. But I do want to thank you for checking me out. If you do want to email me, you could do so. agurrier@yahoo.com. You could also follow me on Facebook at my name, Albert Gurrier. And you could also, I do have a Facebook page on there that you can like. It's called Slammin Synapses, no G. You could also follow me on Twitter at Slammin Synapses as well. So, without any further ado, this is Albert Gurrier saying see you next week, or see you next time. And so long from ringside. Have a good day. Bye, everybody.